Greetings, programs, and welcome to ArcNeo Reviews, where today I am getting to take a look at something I genuinely did not think I would ever get a chance to review. But we are looking at Transformers Beast Wars Transmetal 2 Optimus Minor. So, really quick, before we get into the figure itself, this guy was actually still in his package when I got him. Yes, I know I'm a monster. I unpackaged it. These guys are from that era where everyone realized the old 70s Transformers toys were worth a lot of money, and everyone started buying action figures left and right. Which means action figures didn't really gain a lot of value after that because they weren't rare. They were rare when they were new. They're actually easier to find some of these guys now than it was back in the day. But really quick, I definitely want to take a moment to appreciate this packaging. You know, the weird molded, bubble going on here. Bit of metal flake hollow going on in the logo. Tiny, terrible instructions because they're overly detailed, actually. Here's his little bio if you want. There's a reason that it says basic. This thing is super easy to transform. Here's your cross sails. You got, Dinobot and Cheetor. I do actually have all three of these guys over here. I'm going to assume these are basic class. I'm not seeing it anywhere on the box. But Sonar, Scarab, and obviously Optimus Minor. I do have all of them. They're all in their boxes, or were, so that actually brings up a quick side point as well. Transmetal figures are known for having some very serious chrome deterioration. A lot of times I'm having people warn me, when I mention wanting to find a certain figure that had this chrome, that it's like really, really easy to have it flake off. And getting these guys actually really showed it. I haven't really found any spots on this guy. But the other two, still in their package, had the chrome flaking off. So, if you do go after any of these guys, if their chrome is even slightly intact, I cannot recommend enough, throw some clear coat over it, do something to help kind of seal it down and preserve it. Because it will not last on its own. But, anyway, as you can see, we have a monkey, and this time it truly is a monkey, with a very weird-looking tail. This guy looks bizarre, but he's actually really cool. The head is kind of always forward and slouching down a little bit, which is a tiny bit annoying, and you don't really have any poseability in the head, other than, unpegging it and getting ready to transform it. As well as you can slightly move the kind of shell on the head and reveal the robot head that's barely any different. This mode is definitely weak, I'm not going to lie, but it is still kind of cool. You can rotate the tail whatever angle you want at, or even pop it out. Use this little side peg here, put it in like that, if I can actually get the angle right. There we go. So you can have the tail going off to the side if you don't want it sticking, straight out, being really obnoxious. Or just take it off and get it out of the way. He hides a spark crystal on his side. So as you can see, it's one of the maximal ones like you'd expect. Poseability on this guy, aside from the head, is insane though. Because he does have a little bit of, the shoulder itself moving at these joints back here that will have more use later. But ball joint at the shoulder. This part comes down as well. And I meant elbow, not shoulder. But, so, really great range of motion from these. Another ball joint for the hand. Which, yeah, I kind of wish it could come down and, clasp in a bit. Though I understand why it doesn't, because, the only way it would, this thing would just be begging to just snap in half. So I understand why it doesn't, but yeah, lots and lots of, range on his arms here. And same with the legs. You've got a ball joint up there. There's a secondary hinge underneath that, again, we'll use later. It's pretty tight on mine, but it is there. Then you get a ball joint right above, right underneath that. And ball joint in a weird spot for the feet, actually. So the knees don't work as knees so much. As well as you can move the feet. You can move the feet in two parts even. But a lot of range on this guy. Kind of impressive for a figure of his age. So transform this guy is... It's a bit of a trip, actually. You don't want to take his arms, put them straight out. Then you're going to want to rotate his legs around right there at the thigh, and do the same thing, just get them straight out. I'm not kind of sure what you'd call that, like a H pose maybe, I guess. But you're going to do that, you're going to take the head, fold it out, and just kind of leave it right there. And then push the body through itself. That's the only way I know how to explain it. So you're going to do that. Then you're going to split the upper half of the head open to reveal the still incredibly monkey-like robot head. Go ahead and just, as best you can, fuss with these halves, bring them down, get them as out of the way as they get. Finish bringing the head up. It will sit awkwardly far back, actually, but it's not too bad. Then go ahead, rotate what was the shoulders, get everything in place. So now he's using his hands as his feet and his feet as his hands. So any reasonable, sane person would stop about here on transforming this guy. However, there is another step you can take if you want to, where you actually split his forearms. So you can have this horrific pseudo four-armed monkey thing that's still supposed to be a good guy. And this is just ridiculous in all the best ways. I love the way this looks. So, really quick, you can take the tail. You're going to want to use the little peg hole on this side, the short side, not the long side. And there is a little tab on this half of the hand that you can just go ahead, peg that into. Give him his, whip weapon going on. And there you go. Not really going to get into Poseability because it is exactly the same as in the monkey mode. So you literally can replay that section of the video and turn your screen upside down. It's the same thing. Only thing that's different is now you have a head that's on a swivel, so you can look back and forth, and you can, tilt this piece if you need him to look up at all, but obviously you don't want to move it too far, otherwise it just looks like he got decapitated. But yeah, overall, this thing is actually pretty cool, and I'm kind of shocked I don't hear more about it or see anyone, caring about this thing. For all the old, Beast Wars and Beast Machines characters that everyone wants, new versions of, I think this guy would actually be pretty cool if he got a modernized figure. So, anyway, my own weird ramblings aside, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.